I'm David. I'm Ed.
Hey.
Welcome to Inside Hope, Monday night at 7 o'clock. Go around the room and introduce ourselves and explain how life is since being out of jail and being in recovery. Start with John.
My name's John. I'm Ed.
Hey, John.
And I love more, and more. But I'm stopping that now. More drugs, you know. But clean date is January 6th of this year. I'm working on 6 months clean. I'm doing awesome. Work every day. Work some good guys in recovery. And go from there. If you come here soon, and you can get a job for this guy right here, or me, if I'm around, not fast.
Thanks for sharing. My name is Jordan. I'm an addict.
Hey, Jordan.
I've never been to jail, but kind of like recovery definitely makes me not want to go to jail. And I mean, I had some clean time. I had 35 days and stopped going to meetings and relapsed. I was high for like 3 days straight. Went to the river, slipped, got a concussion, went to the emergency room. So I'm pretty woozy right now. But I always liked Inside Out because I always like the people who share it, you know, that have been to jail. You know, they have like the strength. They have more strength and hope than anyone else I've seen in recovery. Is the people that have been to the bottom. And honestly, Inside Out is probably one of my favorite meetings. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Move around the room.
I'm Kelly, I'm an addict.
Hey,
Kelly.
My clean day is March 11th, 2016. I've been out of jail since April 22nd, 2016. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My name is Shay.
Hey, Shay.
My clean date is 9/19/2015. I'm coming up on 9 months clean. Just came home from the city jail about 8 weeks ago. Since then, things have been going great. I mean, I make beats, surround myself with positive people. I go to work as much as possible whenever these guys let me. So all in all, things are starting to come together. Like my relationships are starting to become more promising. Friendships, co-workers, parents, siblings, all that good shit, you know what I'm saying? It all's coming back tenfold. Like the more that I put in, the more that I'm gonna get out. I got a sponsor today. My sponsor got a sponsor. I can pay the rent on time, most of the time. And life is good, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing people from my past that are actually doing well. Haven't really seen too many good times in the past. So it's definitely something new for them, something exciting. And I just can't wait to see what the future brings. Thanks for allowing me to share.
My name is Miles. I'm an addict.
Hey, Miles.
My clean date is June 8, 2016. I got released from jail the 28th of May. Life is good so far, man. Doing the best I can in recovery, trying to get outside myself and do the next right thing. I find myself practicing humility, honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness every day. I'm just pushing forward every day to do something different. With that, I pass.
Thanks for sharing. My name's Carl. I'm an addict.
Hey, Carl.
My clean date is February 8th of this year. Got out of jail less than 2 weeks ago, so I'm fresh out. Sitting in jail and you just want to get out, man. And then you get out and the real world hits you. And you just want to get back to your old ways, but you can't do that if you want to stay out of jail, and I've been going to meetings every day, trying to keep my mind right, eating on my own time, sleeping on my own time. It's nice to do something you want, win to win. Just took a couple job applications back today, trying to get back into society and keep my mind busy. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing. David, I'm at it.
Hey, David.
Clean date is July 8th, 2015. I've been out of jail for a little over 2 months, and things have been going real good. Just got my car back a couple weeks ago, my license, got steady work, and relationship with my family's getting better. Just a lot of good things have been coming from being in recovery. Had some difficulties too, like problems. Had 3 friends I went to school with, grew up with, died in the last 2 months. 2 of them from an overdose, 1 from a car accident. So, you know, bad things keep on happening, even if you're clean. You just gotta use your network to try to get through those bad times. Now that I'm not using drugs, I see my addiction coming out in other areas of my life, as far as spending money, shopping, women, working, and I made it 2 weeks without smoking cigarettes, and now I'm like at a pack a day, and I was drinking no energy drinks for like a month, and now I'm at like 5 a day. So, you know, it definitely shows me that I'm definitely an addict, but it's better than not using drugs today. It's still probably not good for me, but let's go around and talk about struggles you've had in recovery, and maybe touch on your addiction coming out in different areas. Go back this way this time.
My name is Carl, I'm an addict. Struggles in my recovery. Just resetting my mind to being normal. Like, being in your addiction for so long, you start thinking certain norms are acceptable. Like not eating for a day, or not showering for a day or 2. And then you get used to that, and it just keeps getting worse. The struggles are to keep yourself together, like keep your mind focused on what's better for yourself. But so far, I found that keeping yourself busy, you know, keeps it going, keeps the want to stay clean. Going to meetings, talking to your clean friends, and it just, I don't want to go back to that place. It's not worth it. I want to be a responsible member of society, and so far so good. Thanks for letting me share.
My name is Miles, I'm an addict.
Hey, Miles.
Hey.
The problems I'm having in my recovery. I have a big problem with surrendering to the process, because I've free-willed it for so long. I just don't have it in me so far to just let go. I know the process works, and it can make your life a whole lot better, because I know it can't get no worse than where I was going. And I'm just, day to day I struggle with the surrender piece, man, because I don't know, I like to do me, I like to isolate a whole lot, I like to keep my circle small, because I don't know, something about a whole lot of people in my my circle a whole lot more jail time than you could possibly get. So I'll try to stay away from that, but I'm trying real hard to get outside myself. I've been doing pretty decent with here lately, conversating here and there with people I normally wouldn't, but otherwise than that, that's what I got.
My name's Shay.
Shay.
Some struggles I've been going through, right? All my life I've been doing time, right? Every time I get locked up, they take away all my responsibilities, right? They tell me when to eat, when to sleep, when to go to the bathroom, when count time is, when to squat and cough. They tell me pretty much everything that I can do and everything that I can't do, right? So I came home and I was bombarded with all of these responsibilities, like when to eat, when to go to sleep, when to pay bills, when to go to work, when to, you know what I'm saying, when to survive, right? So today I still struggle with that, like having money to pay for food or having money to buy cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still coming at me. I walk into the store after a long day of work, and to get to the apple juice, I gotta pass all the malt liquor and all the alcohol and the two bras that selling pussy right down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta walk past all that just to get to my apple juice, right? So sometimes I don't even want to go in the store because I know what I'm gonna have to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like it's real crazy for them, right? So yeah, the recovery house, there's this foundation that I came to, right? They took away some of those responsibilities and gave me some rules, right? Some stuff that I gotta follow. And me being me, I like to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And I don't like somebody telling me that I can or cannot do what it is that I choose to do, but I gotta take some suggestions today, right? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it simple. Like I can't be worried about why they're doing what they're doing, because what they're doing works for everybody else, why it can't work for me. So they moved me the other day. So I'm no longer in the spot that I was comfortable and complacent at, right? Like I was doing what I was doing and everything was comfortable. So they took me out of my comfort and moved me directly back into the same spot that I used to get high at, right? And there's a test for me, right? Because I know everybody in this little spot of town. I know all the places, I know all the people that work in the places, the hotels. Like, that was part of my lifestyle. So that's my struggle. I gotta continue going to work, even though y'all don't feel like going to work. Like, I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago for my back. And that's the first time I've been in the hospital, and I didn't get a prescription that I could make some money off of, right? They gave me Flexeril and ibuprofen. I don't know nobody trying to buy no Flexeril or no ibuprofen. So that's something new to me, right? I messed up my back, so I still have back problems. I still have pain, but I gotta work through it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a 15-time convicted felon. So when it comes down to finding work, it's real slim to none for me. And I don't drive. So getting back and forth to work, that's another struggle, you know what I'm saying? Getting to where I need to go, going to the grocery store, having to ask for rides, when I don't like asking for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, real life hit me real soon. And if it wasn't for the God of my understanding, if it wasn't for the foundation that I came to the exact same day that I came home, I came to the foundation before I bought a pack of cigarettes. Because I knew there was no other way. Every single time that I came home before, I went out and got some cigarettes, went and seen the girl, called up my homeboy and seen what was going on. The same thing's been going on all my life, you know what I'm saying? And that's jails, institutions, and death, you know what I'm saying? Half of my high school class is no longer living because they was getting high just like I was. But God got a plan for them, and I'm going to see what it is. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm Kelly, I'm an addict.
Hey, Kelly.
I've been sitting here thinking about how my addiction manifests itself in many different ways, and it does. trying to control everything. And I mean that's really it. And I don't got my thoughts together today at all. And the only thing that really helps me is surrendering and realizing that I'm powerless over pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? I learn new things every day about ways that I can better myself. I learn ways every day that my addiction tries to come and bite me in my ass. Like my addictive behaviors and all types of stuff, trying to control everything. Not placing principles before personalities, being quick to judge, you know, and not really giving people a chance. But I realized today that I can't really let that stop me. I can't really let that, you know, hold me up. I've got responsibilities today that I haven't had in a long time. Because just like Shay, you know, when I was in jail, they were telling me when to stand for count, when to squat and cough, when to eat, when to shit. And, you know, I go to this recovery foundation and like you said too, they gave me rules and regulations, and I easily want to take my will back and say, fuck this shit, I don't need it. But in the back of my mind, I know that I do, because I know that the responsibilities that are coming to me, you know, if I ask for them too quickly, I won't be able to handle them. I had a really good example of that happen to me the other day when, you know, I just got a new job and I had another job opportunity give me a call and ask me if I wanted to work. And I would have been making like $30 an hour. It's a lot of money. And I actually had to turn that job opportunity down because I knew that I need to keep my recovery first. Having that type of financial situation so early in my recovery was not healthy for me, because I knew I wouldn't do no good with that money, man. I like to flip stuff, and flip it again, and then save some, you know, all that shit. So I had to turn that job opportunity away, and you know, I think that that's probably the hardest thing that I've had to do here recently was turn down that money, man. Because normally I'd be like, fuck it, you know, I need this money. But right now I really don't. That was a real humbling experience for me, just to keep this one job, only making like $9.50 an hour, and just be okay with that right now. And I've never said that before. I may have said it, but never followed through with that before either. In doing that today, I feel proud, humbled, and a little butthurt, to say the least. But it'll be okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not the worst thing that could happen to me. It's probably the best thing to happen to me right now. Just, you know, living for the day, not worrying about what's going on tomorrow, forgetting about what happened yesterday, you know. I'm not pissing on today. I'm staying in the moment. Living for the day, just for the day, just for the show.
Thanks for sharing. My name's Jordan, I'm Daddy.
Hey, Jordan.
Y'all gotta give me a little room, because like I said, I just got a hospital concussion, so I'm not gonna be like wavy with my words, but
You already like that.
what?
Don't worry about it.
story is just throwing my hands up and saying, I don't got this, I surrender. Tell me what to do, because my biggest problem is I know what to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, no matter what you say. I don't care. So that's part of the reason why I feel like a lot of people tell me I'm probably going to end up in jail one day if I don't fix this, because I never think about the consequences. I don't care about the consequences. It's you know, excuse my language, it's the fucking attitude. It's like, but I mean, the biggest problem, that's the biggest problem I have is like just surrendering and saying, you know, like, y'all gotta help me, give me like the tools. You give me the tools, but like I might not be able to apply them because I just can't just accept within myself and tell myself truly that I don't got this. Like I need help. I tell myself I can say and speak that I need help, but I have to actually believe it inside that I know I'm an addict, but I need to truly believe that I can't do it. I need my higher power to help me with everything else, because I mean I had 35 days. I was doing pretty well, going to meetings every day at the recovery organization I was at. Left to go back home, and you know I get a text that says, you know, apparently my psychiatrist called in my prescription, so I get a text that says my prescription's right. And instead of, I know I had all this network and all this shit that I could have done to prevent me from going to get it, I said, you know, I'm just gonna go get it, and then I'm gonna get rid of it. That's the dumbest thing in the world for an addict to say. I'll just get it, and I'll like dump it down the toilet or something, or I'll sell it, or I'll give it to somebody else. That's not what happened. I took it, obviously, because I'm an addict and I thought I had it. So it's just stuff like that, like meaning, like using the tools is hard because I always feel like I have it. Like I don't want to pick up the phone because I don't want to ask someone for advice, because I'm like, you know, yeah, they have good advice, but my advice is better. I know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna tell you all, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I can really portray like I know what's going on, and I can do this and I can do that, and I can act like everything's working out fine. And I can spend 35 days at a recovery organization, go home and get one text that says my script is ready, and go and pick that up and get it out. That's all it takes from me, because I can't apply the tools that I've learned, because I cannot surrender to my higher power. I cannot surrender to the groups. I can't surrender to the meetings. I can't surrender to the people that have more clean time than me, that know what they're talking about, that tell me, you know, you got to do this, you got to call your sponsor, you got to work the steps, you got to, you know, I've been reading the steps and I kind of express them, but I don't do the step work. I don't call them. I had a sponsor. I didn't call him. Called him once, he didn't pick up, never called him again. You know, I switched sponsor 3 times, I think. I think I called one sponsor, didn't call the other sponsor, switched again, called that sponsor like twice. Like, because I always think I have it. Because I think that this is Jordan's recovery. Jordan is going to do it how he wants to do it. Because my entire life has always been, Jordan can do this, Jordan will do this, and it's going to work out. But I'm going to tell you, it's never worked out. Not once in my entire life has me making a decision. Like, maybe like once or twice, but usually when I make a decision, the outcome is not very well. And so it also comes in being compulsive, because I won't even think about the consequences before I make a decision. You know, like, I see somebody, that's a nice thing that somebody's got over there, it's probably worth some money. I'm not thinking about, you know, I'm not actually pointing at anything, it's theoretical. Like, that's a nice item that certain person has. I bet you I can take that and sell it, but not thinking about that person probably likes that item. You know, I could probably get arrested for that. I don't ever think about that, I don't care. I'm more worried about what I want, when I want it, and how to get it. You know, and it's just, I gotta work the steps, and I gotta realize that Jordan doesn't have it. Not even fucking close. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Eric. I'm at it.
Yeah.
My disease is manifesting its ways. Patience and manageability, man. Being patient, asking for rides. I can't stand asking for rides. I hate it with a passion. And when I'm walking down the street coming up here, I hate it even more. And as I see my friends riding by, I feel like an idiot. And you know what? I was an idiot. I'm the one that got locked up. I'm the one that made stupid decisions to do what I did. And I'm the one that, you know, has got to pay for it. And that's teach me a lot of humility. And it's hard, man. It's really, really, really hard. And started to do side work, and at first I was accepting it, and then I realized that I wasn't managing my time, man, and I was getting myself out of balance. I was putting myself in a lot of work hours, and I wasn't having a life, and I was falling right back into that trap, chasing money, and I can't do it, because when I start chasing that, then I want to chase something else. Then it just gets it's a cycle, man. I almost got caught up in it. So I had 2 commitments left. I finished them off today. That's why I'm late. And I told the guys, I said, no more. I'm not doing any more side work. I was like, I got a life to live, man. I can't just work my life away. The money's good, but if I manage it, then I don't need all of it. So I'm asking for help from bank. I'm going to a bank. They had a little seminar up here not too long ago. I'm going to a bank that came up here to get some help, ask for advice. Going there tomorrow to do that after work. Got a custody hearing coming up for my little girl. It's probably going to get nasty. Got to go see a lawyer tomorrow for that. So I got a big day. I got to work all day. So I got a lot going on. And I'm just trying to stay focused on my recovery, man, because like I said, work doesn't keep me clean. I've tried it before and it does not work. It just don't work. I just can't. I start stressing myself out, trying to get too much done, and then when I start working all them hours and get all that money, then it's not enough money. It's never enough. And so I'm working with what I got, and that way I can continue coming to meetings. I can stay involved. I can do what I've been doing, do what I was doing when I first got out, and that's what I got to stay focused on is my recovery. And the patience thing, it's one of those things. I want it now. I just want it now, and I know how I can get it now. I can get it now, but it ain't gonna be right, and it's gonna land me right back in jail. And I think about it, if I play the tape all the way through. And sometimes I don't, and I'll get caught up in it, and then I have to. Like I wrote about it not too long ago, and as I start writing my problems, by the time I get done writing, I came up with a solution. It's kind of crazy how it works. But I just sit there and I guess talking to myself, and talking myself out of it. I don't know. And by the time I was done writing, I was like, oh, I had the answer. Just had to listen to it. I guess it's my higher power speaking to me through pen and paper. And there's a lot of things, man, that catch me. My mother, I think she's an addict the way she acts. She don't drink or do nothing. She never had any problems with them. She acts crazy. She gets more concerned over stuff, and I got to calm her down. Like, Mom, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't. Why are you stressing it? I'm not stressing it. She's over there stressing things, and I'm like, I can't control those things. The control thing, that's a big one. I don't control nothing. I don't control what happens next. I don't control what the outcomes are going to be. I'm just in control of the effort. And that's why I changed stopped taking work and got back onto my program, because that's the only thing I can control. I can't control what guy cusses me out, what happens at work, goes wrong. Everybody's like, man, everything goes so smooth when you're here. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not panicking, I'm not stressing, I'm just relaxed. So, man, it's an everyday struggle, but I learn from it. I stay teachable. I learn from my mistakes. I've learned from my old mistakes, my old patterns, because I did a lot of studying on myself. I'll have 18 months clean on Friday, I think it is. So that'll be good. Got that under my belt. And I feel great, man. I check myself before I wreck myself. And I feel great doing it. Sucks sometimes, but every day, man, I wake up, it's another day, another fresh start. And I enjoy to see what's going to happen that day, and what kind of people I'm going to meet, and what kind of people are going to piss me off or make me happy, man. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing. My name is John. I'm Ed.
Hey, John.
Struggles that I've had. Since I've been here, before I was here, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. sick of struggling for my drugs. I haven't been doing a whole lot of struggling since I've been here. Maybe it's my first 30 days. Struggle to get along with others, maybe, but as far as wanting to use, I haven't really been struggling with that, maybe once or twice, but I struggled for 25 years. And trying to pay rent and get high at the same time. Struggled, couldn't even make my bed up, couldn't clean my room up. You know, couldn't clean my apartment up, lost houses and everything. Just got sick and tired, being sick and tired. So I feel like I'm not struggling with nothing. Everything's getting better to me. You know, I work every day. Get along with my family, awesome. It was a struggle with my father for 20 years, didn't talk to him. And all we did is argue. And now we have a father and son relationship how it's supposed to be. I think my relationship with my father is better than it was when I was 16. Like something finally clicked in my head that I don't need that drugs or nothing. Every once in a while, of course, you think about it, but it's a 15-minute thing about it. Hell, it might be 30 seconds, but it leaves. I reach into my network, call my sponsor, you know. I don't know, everything's getting better. I just got moved into another house. I struggle with change. I don't like change. Get comfortable in one spot and then move to somewhere else. I struggled with that for the night, I guess, but probably a 45-minute struggle when I struggle. It is what it is. Can't talk to nobody tonight, it's a weekend, so 11 o'clock at night, that was a struggle, but I got it. I got a 14, 15-hour day at work and got to move. But I struggled, but other than that, that's about the only struggles I've had. And struggling about this court thing I got a court case coming up, but I don't even think about it. I just block that out till it happens. Hopefully God's got something in store for me. I mean, I know He does. My higher power anyway. God is good, life is good. I really can't complain about nothing. I mean, hell, ain't nobody will listen anyway. So, nobody but me. So, all I say is life is good. The struggles are over. Getting clean made my struggles over. I pass to that.
I'm David, I'm at it.
Hey, David.
So I had a couple things I want to touch on. My house here said he struggles with reaching out to talk to people and get to know people because the more people in your circle, the more time you can get in jail. But you know, I'm willing to bet that's not the case in recovery. That's more in that old lifestyle. I think the more people in your inner circle in recovery, the less chance you got to go into jail if they're doing the right thing and working at a program. So I don't think you got to worry about that in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. But being compulsive, yeah, that's definitely something that I've been struggling with. I've been real compulsive lately. Went to the beach twice, like spur of the moment, last second, spending lots of money for no reason really, when I shouldn't be. That's where most of my shopping happens, compulsive. You know, a lot of good things have been happening. I've been having a lot of fun. Like I said, I've been at the beach twice in the past week, went to the river. I know Eric, you've been doing some pretty cool stuff. You got your new job. You went to the beach with me, been fishing. What else you been got going on?
Man, all kinds of stuff. I think I'm gonna throw some golf balls and did really well. I was like, you know what, I might go ahead and get me a set of clubs. And told my grandfather about it. He said, yeah, I got a set of clubs, brand new, stickers still on. It's like my higher power just put me in the right place at the right time. Man, it's just crazy how things work. So I'm paying attention to the blessings, man, where before I just let them go, ignored them. You know, I went fishing with my brother. I haven't seen him in probably 12 to 15 years. And he saw my posts on Facebook and saw how good I was doing and reached out to me and was like, let's go fishing, cobia fishing. So we went cobia fishing and caught two cobia for 142 inches and 144 inches, both of them keepers. It was just another blessed day, man. And my brother couldn't believe it, and I was just thinking the whole time, I'm thinking to myself, God is good, man. God is good. You know, my fishers came. I didn't even have to catch it. He swam to me and turned over on his belly. And my brother said he'd never seen nothing like it before. Well, then we just picked him up, put him right in the boat. No problem. There's things like that, man. I can't understand them. I don't want to understand them. Just let them keep happening, man. It's great. And, you know, I think it's because I got my head clean, man, and just blessings just piling on. And that's another thing I got to watch out for is getting too conceited, man, and start putting expectations on things, because I ain't doing that right now, but I know when things get going good, something bad is about to happen. And I just, you know, I try to stay on an even keel so I don't go too far up or too far down. I gotta be right in the middle. If I stay right there, then I'm good, man. Yeah, I mean, everything's falling in place. Staying clean and just living life and just enjoying it. I live in joy now. I don't live in happiness. Happiness is for the moment. Joy is forever, man. I'm living in joy.
I'm David. I'm Ad.
David.
You know. Anybody got something else they want to talk about?
I'm Jordan. I'm Jordan. Speaking about in contrast to the blessings of recovery, to talk about what happens when you decide to ignore recovery and what it's like to go back. Like when I was here for, I didn't have much time with my daughter. I had 35 days or so. I was at the recovery organization for a little over a month. But life was good. It was going good. I was feeling happy. I had good relationships with a lot of good people. Previously, before I got into here, or the rooms and the recovery organization that I was at, my mom had a heart attack. It was stress induced because of just my using. And so when I went home over the weekend and relapsed, my God, it got 20 times worse. Like way worse than the first time. I don't remember much of it. I was in and out of consciousness for basically 3 days. It was a terrible experience. But I remember seeing my mom. My mom was pretty much going into almost when I came home, and she knew I was high because I was like slurring my words. I looked around the corner. I was like, "Mom, hey." She was like, she just said, my brother said, "You need to leave the house." Like, and I heard my mom breathing heavy and saying like my chest hurts. I think I'm about to go to cardiac arrest. And it's like I burned all those bridges down. I got kicked out of my house. My mom said she just wants they wish the best for me, but you can't be around us. That's just the nature of the addict and active addiction. Like even that one, my disease told me you can get one more. It only stays in your system for 3 days. You can get away with it. You can lie to everyone and tell them no. What's going to happen is you're going to get way too high, and everyone's going to find out that you're going to be high, walking around your house half naked, and everyone's going to see you. So that happened. And so I couldn't lie to anyone. It's just so ignoring. That's another part of that. I think that doesn't have anything to do with anything but my higher power telling me that this is your addiction. That's where that's going to break you. You keep going back to that. The bridges that are burning right now, they're going to be in ashes. I'll never be able to talk to my mom again. My mom might just die from what I'm doing. My dad, he'll always be there for me, but if I went to jail, he wouldn't send me any commissary, he wouldn't do any of that. He'd cut me off completely, everyone would cut me off. Like my life, it was good. It was going up, and then just in 30 days it went up a little bit, and then that one day, where the fuck did it go? It was horrible. Just from getting high from one time. It just really showed me that, you know, this is where my higher power wants me to be. My higher power wants me to be where he wants us all to be. He wants me to accept help, throw my hands up and surrender, so I don't keep going back and destroying my family over and over and over again. Because I'm only 18 years old and I've already done so much damage. If I keep doing this when I'm 30, I'm not gonna have any family. They're all gonna be dead from stress because of how awful I've been. You know, so it's just, and it finally took this time, this relapse around to actually, I want to do it for myself. Because before, when I came into the recovery organization I was at and started going to the meetings, it was for my mom. Because, you know, she had the heart attack and I was like, I want to get better for her. But now, after this, I've realized if I don't want to get better for myself, I'm not going to do that. Like, do I really want to be that person? Like wondering, forgetting where I was this whole weekend when someone says, "What'd you do this weekend?" I'd be like, I don't remember. Or, you know, someone asks me to take a drug test, and obviously I have to basically admit guilt by saying I don't want to take a drug test. I don't want to live in a world where I always have drugs in my system. Like, I want to be able to pass piss tests. I want to be able to tell somebody, my mom, I'm hanging out with a friend. What'd you do today? Oh, we just went to the park. No, we didn't smoke or get high or anything like that. That's what I want to do. I want to be in a position where I can tell everyone around me the truth all the time, because what the truth is doing good. When I'm doing bad, I have to lie. I mean, I'm a pretty good liar. I can lie, but still, I can lie to myself. And at the end of the day, it's just gonna it's gonna eat at me if I keep lying to everybody around me and keep lying to myself, and, you know, just say I can manipulate my way through this. I can put on a face and go through this. Like, that's what I thought when I first came to the recovery organization, was like, I'm just gonna put on a face and I'll act like I'm the freaking recovery mascot. Like, yeah, recovery's amazing, I'm doing so great. Like, that's what I thought I was gonna be like, and then I didn't take it seriously, went home and relapsed immediately. It's insane, like all the cliches everybody says in every meeting. They're like, these cliches are here for a reason. And when you do it, you're gonna realize that they're here for a reason, and you're gonna be like, why didn't I listen? And here I am saying, why didn't I listen to those stupid cliches that everyone always says? Because they're true. And I didn't follow them, and I screwed myself right now, because my situation is 10 times worse than it was before I did. I just let me share.
I'm David, I'm Attic.
Hey, David.
So, like Jordan just said, in just 30 days, things have got a lot better for him. And I think that's for most of us. Things usually get a lot better for all of us when we're in recovery and actually working a program at least a little bit. But, you know, we learn these tools, and, you know, learn that we need a sponsor and a home group, do service work, and, you know, build a network of people that are staying clean, and get their numbers and use them and talk to them. And if we don't do that, then our chances of relapsing are very high. Because, I mean, I know for me at least, especially in the last month, I've had a lot of thoughts about using. In my first month out of jail, I had literally pretty much no thoughts about using. But now it's been happening a lot, and I have money now. I have a lot more freedom now. You know, when I went to the beach the other weekend, ended up being a whole bunch of my old friends were up there for a festival. Now, I went up there with people in recovery and ended up staying the night while some of the people went back home, but I stayed with one person that was in recovery. And if I didn't have that person with me, I probably would have used that night. Honestly, you know, we put both of ourselves in a dangerous position, which we shouldn't have done. I probably would not do it again. You know, we hung out at bars, went a few different hotels. And it's just hanging out with a bunch of people that are getting fucked up. And then, it's humorous at times to see how these people are acting, how I used to act, getting fucked up. But after an hour or two of it, I was over it. I was ready to get the fuck out of there for real. It was just kind of annoying. It was good to see all those people. I hadn't seen in a long time, but it wasn't a good experience. And if you're gonna put yourself in, if I'm gonna put myself in situations like that, I need to make sure I have accountability, and that saved me that night, having somebody in recovery with me and giving myself accountability. And there's been other times where I thought about using, and I called somebody, I talked to them, and their thoughts don't last for long, a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. But when I went to the funeral last week, all my old friends were at the funeral. I wanted to go to the funeral by myself. I wanted to drive myself. I didn't want nobody to go with me. But a few different people told me that was probably not a good idea, seeing as all my old friends were going to be there. So, I thought about it. I decided to have my mom drive me to the funeral, so I wouldn't have been driving, and she would be there with me. And what happened was, just like I thought, after the funeral, all my friends were going to the bars, and they asked me to go. And even though I knew that was going to happen, and I set up a plan for that not to happen, when they asked me to go, I still said yes. And then I walked away, and I was like, what the fuck, why did I say yes? I knew that was going to happen. I was planning for that to happen, and that's why I rode my mom. So it took me about 15 minutes to go back and tell them I can't go. And I told them I can't go. I said I'm not going to go. It doesn't make sense for me to go because I'm not drinking anymore. So they didn't. A lot of these people are the same people I was at the beach with. They were so fucked up at the beach they didn't even realize I wasn't drinking. So, but those are things you learn in recovery, that you need to set up a plan if you're going to put yourself in risky situations and give yourself accountability. Whether that's having somebody with you, or just letting somebody know where you're at. But anybody want to share about what they do when you think about using, or if that's happened? Eric?
Yeah, my name's Eric.
Eric.
I was the one with him that night at the beach. I thought it was funny as shit watching girls cry over their boyfriends because they hit on another girl. I thought it was funny as shit when girls were throwing drinks on guys. I just thought everything was hilarious because I've been that person. I've been that person to get drink thrown on them. I've been that person that was kissing on another girl. It was just hilarious, man. And I had a lot of fun that night. I tell everybody, first thing, when I meet somebody, I tell them straight up, I don't drink, I don't do shit. First thing. That's the first thing I say. Because from then on, there's no expectations of me to drink or me to do anything. I've already set the pace for the whole evening. And so, I do that with all my old friends. That's the first thing I talk about. I ain't drinking, I ain't doing nothing, man, I'm staying clean. And it seems to work. It seems to help me hold myself accountable, because what do I look like after I just told somebody that I don't drink and then I go drink? I look like a dumbass. Even more so, if I would not say anything and didn't get drunk or do something, you know what I'm saying? I put myself out there just like that. And, I didn't used to be able to do that. And now I know that I have to do that in order to stay clean. And, so we went that night, man, it was, I really don't have a desire to use no matter where I go. I just so sick and tired of it, man. I just do not have a desire. I have the same desire that I had to use back then. I have the same desire not to use now, and that's something that that's when I just, like I said, when I was just done. I'm so done with that lifestyle, and I see people when I do go out. I don't, I try not to go out to the bars like you talking about, but I want to speak on this. I noticed that night the value of one addict helping another without parallel. I saw it work in action, and there's no denying it. It worked because he wanted to drink, but he looked at me, and I said, nope. And he, oh, you know what? You're right. You know what I mean? Just that quick. Just that quick. That's how quick you can relapse, man. Just instantly. And and I ain't gonna lie, I thought about it. I was like, damn. I said, but you know what? He gonna tell on me. So, that right there, that makes all the difference in the world. If you don't have somebody there with you, man, if you do end up in a place like that, and you ain't got somebody in there, man, it's probably over for you, for real. Because that's a strong beast. My grandfather said the devil in a bottle. And that's a start for me. For me, that's where it all starts, is alcohol. And from then on, it's whatever else follows. Anything I get my hands on. But like you said, man, the cliches work, man. Every one of them are true. And you think, but after you get through a situation and you think about cliches, man, you can see how many were involved in that situation. You're like, man, that shit's crazy. That's for real. But yeah, man, we made it through it, clean and sober, and that was a test. It really was, and we passed. I was very grateful, happy, proud. A lot of feelings, man, came across me after that night, man. We put ourselves out there. Maybe we shouldn't have, but we made it. That was the one thing. That's what I look at it. I was like, man, we made it. So, a little trial and tribulation never hurts. As long as you are prepared, like you said, prepare yourself. It's going to happen. For me, I'm going to have people that drink in front of me. I can't stop that. That right there is a trial and tribulation. I got to let people do what they do, and I can't expect everybody to change their life because I'm changing mine. I got to change mine for me, and that's why I tell everybody straight up, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, man. And believe it or not, they support it, man. I had a friend of mine tell me the other day, he said, I'm drinking 2 beers and that's it. He goes, I don't know how you do it. I said, I don't want it. He said, I just don't know how you do it. Well, you just must not have had enough trouble. You must not have enough time on your head. You must not have hit bottom. Everybody's bottom's different. I hit mine. So I pass with that.
I'm dead, man.
Hold on, let me just say one thing real quick. Alright, so I'm Kelly, I'm an addict. It's overlapping. Alright, when I'm at work, I don't have anybody to hold me accountable at all because nobody in the recovery organization works where I work. And so I get asked all the time if I can go to the bar, and I tell them, nah, I don't drink. And they're like, why not? I was like, because there's not enough.
That's good.
There's not enough. And, they don't get it, but it's really the truth. Like once I get that one in me, man, I want more and more and more and more and more. And it's just a catastrophe. It really is. And so I don't even start because I ain't about to finish that battle at all. And secondly, I was hearing Eric talk about, all the things that he's getting out of his recovery and how things are going good. And for me, my recovery is going good, but at the same time, I have lost more in my recovery this go around than I've gained. I got out of jail, came to a recovery organization. I still have my house, I still have my car, I still have my kids. And in a matter of 2 weeks, I had lost my car, I had lost my house, and I had lost custody of my kids. right thing, I still lost all of that shit. And if it wasn't for the support that I get out of Narcotics Anonymous, if it wasn't for my sponsor, if it wasn't for my network, if it wasn't for all of these tools and coping mechanisms that I have now, I would not have made it. I would not have made it. Luckily, these days now, you know, things have gone a little better for me these days. Like, I'm getting to see my children now. I'm not getting a car anytime soon. I don't need one either, but you know, I'm putting money aside so I can have money to get a house when, you know, I'm not mandated to this program anymore, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saving money. I'm putting things aside for my future. You know, I never understood when people said don't future trip. You know, I always would try to sit there and plan for the future, and people would tell me not to, but then I felt like that was a really big contradiction in this whole program, you know, and somebody broke it down to me as don't have expectations of the outcomes, you can have goals. And that's what I have today, are goals now for my future, and not expectations of the outcomes of those goals, because if I did that, I'm gonna get disappointed, right? So, with that, you know, the end.
Dave, I'm at.
Hey, David.
Kind of wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in to Inside Hope.
Yeah, I can do that.
Have a good week.
All the time.